Hi everyone, this is a lesson on surface area of rectangular prisms. So you should have your notes in front of you. We have already determined volume and we've taken some notes on volume of rectangular prisms. Today we're going to look at surface area of rectangular prisms. We've already explored the nets and how we can create a net from a rectangular prism and find the area of all of the different parts and add those parts together. Today we're going to look at another method which involves the formula. But first let's define surface area. So surface area is the total area of all the surfaces, so the outside, of a three-dimensional shape. So in this unit, we're going to be exploring rectangular prisms and also cylinders, but today's lesson we're going to focus on rectangular prisms. So the first example we have here, we have a rectangular prism that is not in net form, but actually in its actual three-dimensional form. So we're going to talk about what we would need to find the areas of each of the figures. So let's look first at A, so up here, and let's think about what we would need to find the area of A. Okay, so A we can find by multiplying the length, and then that's that side, and then the other side here is going to be the width. So go ahead and label your notes along with me, and you can use your highlighters if you'd like. So to find the area of side A, you need the length and the width. Okay, so with the three-dimensional shape, I have a top right here that we can see, and then also we have a bottom. So if we think about down here, there's a bottom. And these two shapes are going to be congruent. So there are two side A's. So two sides that are congruent. We have a top and a bottom. So the formula, if we just wanted to find the total area of the top and the bottom of the shape, that formula would be 2 times length times width, or 2LW. All right, so as you know, there's more than just two sides to a rectangular prism, or two faces. We actually have 6. So we have 4 more to explore. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this here so we can look at the other dimensions. You keep it on yours. All right, so moving on. Now we're going to explore side B. So if you guys take a look here, side B, so this is the front of the shape. So side B, you can see, can be found by multiplying the length times the height, okay? Because the height would be this part of the shape. Let me make that a little more clear. This part of the shape would be the height, and then the length would be the same one we used to find the top and the bottom. So for our formula, in order to find B, we would multiply length and width, and height. And then just like there were two side A's, there are also two side B's. So to find the front and the back of the shape, we're going to use the formula 2 times length times height. So now we have 4 of the faces of the shape. So now we're going to look at the sides. I'm going to go ahead and keep this highlighted, and we're just going to add on. So let's look at C. So you can see that C is on the side right here. And so in order to find the area of side C, you can see right here that we need the width of the shape and also the height. So that's going to give us the area of the right side of the shape. So we're going to write height and width. And then just like the other sides or faces, there are two C's because we have our right side and we have a left side of the shape. So there are two. And so our formula for this is going to be 2 times width times height. I know we have a different order right here, but I want to give it to you like it is in the actual formula. So if we put all of these together, just like with the nets, we added all the different surfaces together, we can do that with our formula. So we're going to take each of these and we're going to add them to come up with our formula. So surface area is equal to 2 times length times width, which is going to be our face A and the back, front and the back, plus 2 times length times height, which is going to be the front and the back. I'm sorry, this was top and bottom. So the first one is going to be our top and our bottom. The second one is going to be our front and our back. And then the two sides are right here, are 2 times width times height. So now you can see that we have an expression. So with any expression, as we learned in the last part of the unit, all we need to do is plug in the numbers from substitute numbers for the letters that we've been given. So we have our formula, and now we're going to move down here, and using the formula, we're going to find the surface area of this given rectangular prism. So I'm just going to rewrite the formula down here so we can see it. So surface area is equal to 2 times length times width plus 2 times length times height plus 2 times width times height. So what would be really good to do is to go and label our shape. So this is going to be our length, 15 is equal to L. Our width is going to be equal to 5, and our height is going to be equal to 10. And we're simply going to plug in the numbers. So surface area is equal to, make my writing a little smaller, 2, the length is 15, the width is 5, so that's going to give us the top and the bottom, plus 2 times 15 times 10, that's going to give us the front and the back. And then the last part of the formula, we're going to substitute, we have our width and our height, 2 times our width is 5, and our height is 10. Now we can put all of this into our calculator, and you could put it into your Desmos calculator like this, or you can put it in the regular calculator. So I'm going to show you how you can get each of the pieces and then add them together. So let's start first with this. 2 times 15 times 5. 2 times 15 times 5 is equal to, let me try this again. 2 times 15 times 5 is equal to 150. And then 2 times 15 times 10, I know 15 times 10 is 150, times 2 is 300. And then finally our sides, 2 times 5 times 10, 2 times 5 is 10, and 10 times 10 is 100. So this is just like taking two sides at a time and adding them together. So if I add those three numbers together, I get surface area of 300, 450, of 550. And again, our units for surface area, because it's just a surface, it's a two-dimensional shape, are going to be square units. Because each of these here are square units, are surfaces, and when we add them together, they're going to keep the same unit. Okay, that's how you can use a formula to find surface area of a rectangular prism.